We will have to see. Alright, let's get a quick download of the game. We got a level 2 blade with 1 circlet and a ring of protection. We got a level 1 demon hunter with 2 claws. So already at plus 12 damage. That's a pretty good start for Zhouxixi. And right now Zhouxixi getting great work out of that Ancient of War, able to creep it away. As with Warcraft 3, once you only have one hero, no matter where he is on the map, he could be here, you're creeping down there, he'll still get experience. This of course goes away when you get multiple heroes and you actually have to be near the creep to get experience. As you can see, Zhouxixi getting level 2 and he wasn't anywhere near this. So it's a very nice trick. Although that Ancient of War last hitted that null, so that's experience he could have gotten. Alright, OrcWorker tier 2. We see the Tauren Chieftain second. That is of course a pretty viable strategy, especially since Shockwave does good amount of damage versus those Talons. Zhouxixi getting a Beastmaster second, also pretty standard. Alright, we got tier 3 on the way. We got double Ancients of Wind moving, so we'll be able to start that Talon production very soon. OrcWorker, no tier 3, and we got the Bestiary and Spirit Lodge. Now, tier 3's not that common versus Night Elf, although sometimes, in my opinion, I think it wouldn't be bad. Like, if you got the extra resources, tech up. That way you can get an Orb of Lightning on your blade and do more damage versus the Talons. But we do have the Demon Hunter taking quite a bit of damage. OrcWorker was able to save that grunt from almost certain death. And now these Quillbore are looking like a tasty little side play to bake into this Blade Master. Is he's gonna slice one? No, he lets it live. Why? I don't know. He's gonna have to load up a burrow or something. Alright, Beastmaster for Zhouxixi. Not getting anything. Demon Hunter gonna mana up 3 Ancients of Wind. Zhouxixi wants to do production like crazy. I mean, if he has the resources to afford 3 Ancients of Wind, more power to him. But I think as the game progresses, he won't really have that much gold to afford all that. Right now we see a little engagement with the Demon Hunter and the Blade Master. An epic battle scene in this game since like 2006. And still the question arises, who is the stronger hero, the Demon Hunter or the Blade? Alright, Tauren Chieftain with barely any experience on him. If I was a OrcWorker, I'd start creeping him right away, as you definitely want level 3 on your Tauren Chieftain. That level 2 Shockwave is just so important in the late game fights. Meanwhile, Zhouxixi creeping out of red camp. Let's see what super duper item this Forest Troll Warlord drops. Healing Wards. That actually might not be bad. If he can put him back far enough and keep him away from the Spirit Walker's disenchants, he can get quite a bit of healing done. And Talons, they'll take a lot of healings from this. They have such a small amount of health, only have 340, that they'll actually heal up quite a bit from it. Nope. Getting a free mana burn in as OrcWorker TP's out. What do we see from OrcWorker? We got Spirit Walker adept training, along the disenchant. Populations right now, it's currently 38 supply for Zhouxixi versus 40 of OrcWorker. And like I said in the last Orc Night Elf I casted, as an Orc player, you want relatively about 10 supply above the Night Elf. It gives you a nice cushion because for one, Talons reproduce so fast. Like, it is ridiculous how quickly Night Elves can get reinforcements after losing Talons. 2, a lot of your units are going to be up in the air from Cyclones, including your heroes, that you kind of need the extra units to keep a constant amount of damage going through. Alright, Zhouxixi gonna keep on creeping. Actually gonna use a healing ward for the creeping. It looks like OrcWorker might do a little bit of a raider run by. Does he have pillage? He does not have pillage, so he won't get any resources out of this. But he might be able to snipe 1 of 3 of the Ancients of Winds, as Mastery training just now finished, so Zhouxixi does have Cyclone in his arsenal, and it looks like one of those Ancients of Winds will be going down, but no worry, he's still got 2 in the back, so it's not the biggest loss in the world. That's about 100 145 question mark gold going out. I can't remember off the top of my head how much an Ancient of Wind costs. I think 145 is how much the Ancient of War costs. Although I can click on units. Oh, it won't let me do the build thing. Darn, I can't look. Okay, my bad. Alright. No units. I'm assuming OrcWorker's probably going to want to bank under that 50 supply mark so he doesn't go into upkeep. As he does creep away. See if he gets a good item off this red drake. It's going to take quite a few ensnares. Meanwhile, more creeping here. Alright, OrcWorker actually breaking upkeep. This raider and Spirit Walker will bring him up to 55 supply. And what was the item the red drake dropped? Sobi Mask. Very nice. Extra mana regen on the Taran Chieftain, meaning more shockwaves if he doesn't get like super mana burned. And Demon Hunter won't get level 3 from this. Oh, but we do have a TP. Zhouxixi gonna respond to this bit of aggression by OrcWorker. Snares. Surprised he didn't Cyclone that Raider. He could have got a free kill out of that. But he decides not to. OrcWorker, like I said, already breaking into upkeep. So the longer this game goes, the more and more gold he is losing. And with that null, the Demon Hunter does get level 3 for level 2 mana burn. So now he burns 100 mana per burn. We got a little bit of a scouting peon here. I guess seeing if Zhouxixi had an expansion or not. And one thing I didn't mention earlier with that Merc Camp creep, he did pick up the Troll Berserker, which is a very nice addition. He does piercing damage. Talons are unarmored units and take extra damage from piercing and siege. So obviously you got the piercing of the Berserker and the siege of the Raiders, and we actually got a bat. Do we have fairy dragons? No fairy dragons. Zhouxixi still banking under 50 supply, but I guess OrcWorker might or might not have assumed he had a fairy dragon. Because I really doubt he's going to put these guys in Stormcrow form. You really hardly ever see that. Oh, but we got Spirit Links going down. We may have a fight here. OrcWorker has 63 supply versus 50 Zhouxixi. So OrcWorker up 13 supply. It's a very nice cushion to have. But it looks like Zhouxixi does not want to commit to this fight, but he might have to as his Demon Hunter gets ensnared, so he's going to be forced to fight here. Shockwave going down by the Taran Chieftain, and Zhouxixi quickly TPing out of this one. Is that TC level 3? It is level 3, so nice. So it was level 2 Shockwave. But yes, very nice. Zhouxixi obviously did not want to go into that fight. He was backing up, but OrcWorker said, hey, you stay here. And snares his Demon Hunter and forces him to engage. So he did able to burn a TP out for just a little bit of mana sacrifice on the TC. And I believe the Demon Hunter burnt from the blade. Let's take a look at the items. Right now, Demon Hunter's at level 3 with plus 17 damage. We got the Beastmaster with the Staff Preservation, and he switched off the Involt to the Demon Hunter. Tinker got a Staff of Teleportation. And it looks like the Bat did take out a Fairy Dragon. Alright, we got Shockwave coming in. Both the Blade Master and the Demon Hunter popping an Invuln pot. Raiders getting right on top of these talents. This is definitely not what you want. That is the whole point of this Pocket Factory, is to provide a melee line, keeping the Raiders off top talents. Otherwise, they just drop so fast. Alright, OrcWorker losing his first Raider here. Cyclone on the TC and the Blade Master. Alright, the Wand of Illusion being used on the TC. The Berserker goes down, giving level 2 to that Tinker. Alright, another Cyclone onto the Blade. And the Beastmaster's getting pretty low. Definitely wants to be careful. More Spirit Links coming down. Alright, another Cyclone on that Blade, keeping him up in the air this whole fight. And Zhouxixi once again going to TP out of this. Not before the Blade can get level 4. And after that fight, OrcWorker at 42 supply versus 40 is Zhouxixi. So actually not a terrible fight for Zhouxixi. Oh, sorry about that. He did lose a lot of towns, but they all probably reproduce so fast. Alright, now here's what I'm going to say that I tried to explain in a fight. So you don't want the raiders on top of your towns, as otherwise they'll just die so fast. So how do you keep the raiders from being on top of your towns? Well, that is the whole point of the Tinker. His Pocket Factory and his Clockwork Goblins, they're supposed to provide that line that keeps the towns behind, well, you know, away from the raiders' melee range. That is the point of it, anyways. And really, you got to be able to put it in a smart position. Like, you see how he has it behind the factory now? That's kind of how you want it in a fight. Now, you don't want him too exposed, otherwise the orc's just going to focus down the Pocket Factory. But on paper, that is the point of the Goblin Third for Night Elf, is that Clockwork Goblin line. That and the splash damage they do when they explode can add up quite a bit. Alright. That red camp was creeped. And he got more healing words out of it, so Zhouxixi getting healing words for days right now. More creeping. Tarn Chieftain almost at level 4. So that level 2 endurance aura could be pretty helpful, actually. And we got more bats. Still don't see any fairy dragons for Zhouxixi. None in production right now, so... I mean, theoretically, they still do siege damage, which could be nice versus the talents, but bats aren't really known for their damage versus units. They're known to blow up on stuff and do a crazy amount of damage to buildings in a mass. If you ever played a 4v4 game, you know what a mass of bats can do to your town hall. But we do have Zhouxixi in the offensive. He's going to snipe one bro. This does not supply cap OrcWorker. He's still got 5 supply to work with, but he's definitely going to want to rebuild that burrow, as he's getting more raiders on the way. Right now it's currently 58 supply for OrcWorker versus 49 of Zhouxixi. And OrcWorker's just waiting. He's trying to wait for the perfect time so he can get in the perfect position. And it looks like he feels like it's now. Blade Master coming in. Quickly gets Cyclone. And that was a decent shockwave, hitting 3 talents. Alright, Cyclone's on the Raiders. More distant change. Zhouxixi throwing down a healing ward. And his Demon Hunter in the back, getting pretty focused down. And Zhouxixi using his 3rd TP this game. How much gold is 3 TPs? 300, 700 for 2. That's 1,050 gold for 3 TPs. Yeah, that's 1,050 gold. That's a lot of gold used on town portals. As 1 scroll of town teleportation costs 300 gold. I didn't even notice the boots of Qualifier on the Blade Master. That's nice. He's at plus 10 with the 2 circlets as well. Alright, Blade Master. Gonna pick up another healing scroll and an invuln pot. So very nice use of the market here. Healing scroll could be very awesome. Orcs kind of need healing scrolls, as with the Spirit Links thrown down, that makes sense. Like, so with if a unit has Spirit Link and it gets attacked, the damage it receives is spread out through all the units with Spirit Links, so multiple units are taking damage. It makes them more survivable and take more shots, but it also weakens your army as a whole. So in like long drawn out fights, Spirit Link isn't that great, but in fights, you know, where it's like short, quick, you know, try to do as much damage as you can. Spirit Link's fucking awesome. It's great. But you definitely need healing scrolls, as it does have a little AoE heal thing to heal up all the damaged units from your Spirit Link. Thundus Warcraft 101 students. Alright, OrcWorker gonna pull back these goblins on the gold mine. This is actually one of the last creep camps. Yeah. So not really much left to creep on the map, but we might see another fight here. It's 56 supply versus 49. OrcWorker ahead by 7 supply. I believe TC got level 4, yes, so that does mean level 2 endurance are. Alright, let's look at the tech. We got the Cyclone Mastery, Nature's Blessing, Ensnare, Spirit Walker Adept. Right now, Zhouxixi with 900 gold, OrcWorker with about 500, so both players decent amount of gold. Already looked to supply. How much is left in the main gold mine? 700 gold, yeah, so about 780 gold, so if these players want to continue this game, they're going to have to think about expanding soon, as OrcWorker is. He's putting down a great haul. Zhouxixi, of course, with Nature's Blessing, makes the Tree of Eternity walk a little quicker, so I'm assuming he's just going to uproot and walk him over here to entangle this gold mine, as it's a very nice perk the Night Elves have. A nice use of the Spirit, the Quill Beast. He does scout this, so Zhouxixi does know about this expansion by OrcWorker. So now he can get his plan of attack. He now has Fairy Dragons. And Zhouxixi at 60 supply. This is actually the first time this game I think I've seen him go over upkeep. And he picks up Ogi the Mauler. Yes. For those of you that don't know, Ogi the Mauler is my favorite unit in the game. I'm undead, so I never use him, but I just think he's so cool. He's a badass. And if I ever get partnered with Twitch and I get subs, that is definitely going to be my emote right there, is the Ogi the Mauler. See if I could try to get his 2 heads or something with the power of editing, or if I have a buddy who would be nice to help me edit. And alright, nice snipe of the Fairy Dragon by the bat. And yeah, Zhouxixi picking up loads of mercs, got double Berserker. Same thing goes for Talons, because Spirit Walkers too take extra damage from piercing. His Spirit Walkers are also unarmored. Alright, Pocket Factory going down. Mana Burn onto one of his Spirit Walkers. An OrcWorker trying to defend. His Great Hall has been taking loads of damage from this Quill Beast, but it hasn't been canceled yet. It should be able to finish. But we'll see if the game goes long enough for that. Right now the Wisp being pulled. The Tree of Eternity is walking over. But, like I said, we'll see if this goes that far, because so far it looks like these two players are itching for a fight. Nice Shockwave, sniping away at the Wisp. That'll keep him from dispelling away the Spirit Links and the mana once the fight starts. Zhouxixi picking up an Invuln Pot and a Healing Scrolls. So Zhouxixi with 2 Healing Scrolls. OrcWorker also with 2 Healing Scrolls and 1 Invuln Pot on his blade. He'll probably pop that at the start of the fight to keep his blade from getting Cyclone. Oh, well, he gets Cyclone anyway. Alright, here we go. Shockwave's coming in. Invuln Pot being used here, and he's trying to focus down that Demon Hunter with all he can. Alright, Disenchant to take away that Healing Ward. Disenchant take away those 2 Cyclones. Alright, more Disenchants going down. Demon Hunter getting level 4. Blade Master getting level 5. Alright, Troll Berserker's going down. Zhouxixi gonna pop one of his Healing Scrolls. More Disenchants coming in. Another Pocket Factory as well. Oh, Demon Hunter's taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to use one of the healing potions. But all these Orc units are on top of this Demon Hunter. He still has an Invuln Pot, though. OrcWorker's army is starting to get a little low thanks to that Spirit Link. And Zhouxixi's Talon's not even touched, as OrcWorker's just been trying to focus down these heroes. Now he's going for the Beastmaster. Tarn Chieftain does go down, though. And this isn't looking good for OrcWorker at all, as Tinker's even getting level 4. Not often you see a higher-ish level Tinker. And GG's called, and it looks like